Hello and welcome to another video by me, Freak, and this is basically just a tutorial on how to set up your Aptana Studio 3 or 2, basically to deploy a website to your web host or to an external hosting solution. I know the problem best because I have here a virtual machine which represents basically my web server, and this could be your workspace hoster or your own server on the web. And yeah, so as you can see, standard Debian working out of the box. It's really nice, but that should not be the content of this video. So if you've previously worked with Aptana, or if you just began to, you know that at the beginning or at the startup, it will ask you at least one time where it should place the workspace. So my recommendation is to leave it like it is. Seriously. Many people just browse it and just say it should, put the files right into their htdocs or something stuff, right into their htdocs folder or in their web server's directory. But that's actually not that kind of useful because you have to mess with a lot of things. Aptana creates a lot of stuff that you actually don't want to have in there. That you maybe, if you have an FTP client going on, don't want to upload to your site. That you have to manually remove later on, which is a pain in the ass. Okay, so we leave it standard and click on OK. And it will load up with the project I've previously have done. Then we create a new PHP project. And the project name could be whatever, test3, because it's the third run of this video. Now we create, for this example, a new file that could be uploaded. HTML, where are you? There are you. HTML file template, index.html. And we create it, and there it is. All nice and set up. So how do we, I use the term now once, deploy the website onto our web space, onto our external hosting solution. That's pretty easy. Use the package on top that says publish, or right click, publish, run web deployment wizard. Then we have this little thingy right there. What does it? It basically is a selection of options you can deploy to. Different engines, and also standard FTP, SFTP, and FTPS. FTP is the standard thing you have if you have a web space and you transfer things to. FileZilla is a client for that too. SFTP is if you have a Linux server and you connect via SSH onto it. You can also transfer files with that, and that's what I'm going to be doing in this example. And FTPS is just the same as FTP, just secured. So click next. And now we name it something, local test environment. I'm sorry if that's misspelled, but I don't care, seriously. And the protocol, I select FTP, SFTP. And as a server, in my case, it's 192.168.0.11. My username is root, but that can, of course, be different with yours. And now we can test the connection. And it succeeded, and that's brilliant. We click on OK. And now, the last question would be to save the password, maybe. And also the remote path. Now we can click Browse, but before we do that, I want to create a separate folder for this project called Test Project. That's good. You can also do that on your web space via having your FTP program in there. FileZilla is that what I use, and basically create a new folder, and we'll just click Browse, and it fetches a list of all directories. And in my case, I know that we are in var www. That's with every Debian server almost, if you don't configure it else. And here we have Test Project. We click on OK. It knows the remote path. And now the last thing that's pretty useful that is in here is automatically sync my changes with the remote site. We have three options. First, sync from my machine to the remote site only, sync from remote to the machine only, or sync both. So keep both in sync. So if something changed here, it's going to be changed on the server. But if something changed on the server, and basically later on we open this up, it's going to synchronize so that this thing is going to be up to date too. This is useful if you like work with someone on something. That's pretty nice. But I only want from my machine to the remote side because it's most secure. Like if someone is going to mess with my data, or if I mess with my data, like, you know, if I want to test something on a server real quick, then it's good to have it like that. Because I don't want my, let's say, test changes to be overriding my files that I have here, which are correct and stuff like that. So that is the option for me. And I click on finish, and now the last thing that we're going to do to activate this is click on publish and click on synchronize. You'll see test 3 and stuff like that is in sync. And then we click on close, and now we can open up our browser, go into the path, test project, and there it is. So basically it's a file that Aptana already created. We can try to create a new paragraph and write something in there. This is for whole YouTube. We'll just save it and it will be automatically changed, and if we click refresh in here or press Control R, then you'll see this is for whole YouTube. And that's pretty nice. And that's already it for this video. I hope you have fun deploying your websites, and I hope you have fun using Aptana. See you in the next video. Goodbye.